Things have been bad for our women in mainstream society, but the statistics are staggering. Like the fact that it's 3 times more likely, at least 3 times, some reports even say 5 times more likely for an Aboriginal woman to be a victim of sexual assault, to be murdered or to become missing.
People are not interested in it, or not at the point, not even interested in finding out more about what the actual situation is. And across Canada, whether it's Aboriginal or non-Aboriginal, I think it's just an embarrassment to the country overall that this continues to happen, and nobody's saying or taking that positive stand to say we need to stop it, we need to look at why it's happening, and we need to try and stop it from continuing.
It's time to do something. Like, something has to be done, and of all the causes and things that are being done in community right now, this has to be at the forefront. Traditionally, women, as the mothers in our families and as the people that are given the sacred gift to bear life, they understand both the responsibility and the gift of how important that is. And they were at the center of our societies, and now they're at the very bottom of this society, and it's a tragedy of an epic scale, and it's time to do something about it.
Sister, sister, I want you to know you are so strong and beautiful. I gotta know, where did you go?
I think that the government has really dropped the ball in not calling a public inquiry. And there's certainly been a lot of press, and the pressure is there. And it's almost as if by not calling an inquiry, they're already admitting that they really aren't that interested.
I think the government isn't doing enough to find the murderers.
But I'll tell you, if folks who look like me at my age were murdered and missing in half the numbers of these women, we would have had a national inquiry not only started, but finished, completed, and acted on.
It's time to start protecting our women, standing up for them, and protecting our givers of life, the ones who gave birth to us. It is today that we need to start fighting and not stop the fight until each and every woman is protected.
And traditionally, as Haudenosaunee, I mean, they didn't understand. The settlers never understood why there were these old women that were sitting in the back that seemed to be directing these communities. Well, it's because the old women have the wisdom and the judgment and the knowledge. And that's been taken away. It's absolutely been taken away. And the exact opposite is true now, where there's nothing but suffering and hurt, and nothing's being done about it. And then now the so-called Minister of Justice wants to throw papers on the floor when he's asked to do his job. They say all the time that you First Nations people, you need to buy into the economy. You need to fall in line. You need to start being more Canadian and participating in our system. And so our leaders are saying, well, what about the women though? What about the women that are at the center of this? And the Minister of Justice says, here's how I feel about your women.
I think that this is going to show the Canadian people and government how strong our people really are. I've seen in our own community where the community is banding together to create awareness, and it's being led by the men. And I think that says something. Their fathers, their brothers, and those are their wives, their sisters, their mothers, their aunties, and change is going to happen one way or another.